Good morning, class. So now let's start exercise 2.4. The very first question is Preeti cuts 4 by 10 meter cloth from 5 by 7 meter of cloth and distributes the rest among 3 people equally. How much cloth does each one get? By this question, the first thing which we should understand it is how much is the total meter of cloth. So it is written Preeti cuts 4 by 10 meter cloth from 5 by 7 meter of cloth. That means the total amount of cloth which we are having is how much? 5 upon 7 meter. Now it is said that out of this 5 upon 7 meter, Preeti cuts 4 upon 10 meter, and then whatever is the remaining amount of cloth, that is distributed among 3 people equally. So first, if we'll solve it mathematically, so how we'll write, let's see. First write down what is the total cloth. So total cloth is 5 upon 7 meter. Now Preeti cuts 4 by 10 meter from 5 by 7 meter. So cloth cut by Preeti equal to 4 upon 10 meter. Both these things are already given in question. After cutting this much of cloth from this total meter of cloth, she distributes the rest. But how can we understand that how much is the remaining amount of cloth? See, suppose this is, say, x meter of cloth. Out of this x meter, someone cuts this much amount of cloth, say y meter. Now we are left with what? We are left with this much z meter. Now this z meter of cloth, this is going to be distributed among 3 people equally. But we need to know the value of z. And how can we know the value of z? By subtracting these both quantities, the total quantity and the cloth which is cut from the total quantity. So what we will write? Remaining cloth equal to 5 upon 7 meter minus 4 upon 10 meter. That is your 5 upon 7 minus 4 upon 10. Take the LCM. It will be what? 70. Now 7 into 10 is 70. 10 into 5 is what? 50 minus 10, 7 to 4, 28 minus 28. So 50 minus 28 is how much? 22 upon 70. Now this can be cut. 2 1 are 2, 2 1 are 2, 2 35s are 50. That means 11 upon 35 meter of cloth. Now this is not the final answer. Distributes the rest. This is the rest. That means this is the remaining amount of cloth. Now this is going to be distributed among 3 people, and it's asking how much cloth does each one get. So we'll write now 3 people get how much cloth? 11 upon 35 meter. How much cloth does one person get? Therefore one person, how much cloth does one person get? Equal to 11 upon 35 divided by 3. It will go here. That means 11 upon 3 into 5, 15, 5 and 3, 9 and 10. 11 upon 105 meter of cloth. This will be your final answer. Your option A. Now see the next question. 20 upon 3 liters milk is distributed among 10 person. How much milk would one person get? It's a very simple question. Like you must have read in your junior classes, cost of 3 pence is this much. Then what is the cost of 1 pen? Let's see it mathematically. Solution number 2. It is written 20 by 3 liters of milk is distributed among 10 person. That means 10 persons get how much liter of milk? 20 upon 3 liter of milk. How much milk would one person get? Now we need to find for one person. So what we will do? Simple, 20 upon 3 divided by 10. That means 20 upon 3 into 10 is what? 30. 0 0 cut, 2 by 3 liter. Very simple question. This is your final answer, 2 upon 3 liter. That means your option number C. Now next question, is it possible to give 20 by 3 kg of sugar to each of 10 persons from the stock of 66 kg of sugar? Give reason. This question means a person is having a total stock of 66 kg of sugar. Now it is saying that this 66 kg of total sugar, it needs to be distributed among 10 persons, with each person getting 20 by 3 kg of sugar. So is it possible that out of this total stock, 10 persons are getting sugar, with each person getting 20 by 3 kg of sugar? Once again, there is a total stock of 66 kg of sugar. It is said that each person will be getting 20 by 3 kg of sugar, and this needs to be distributed with 10 persons. That means 10 persons with each one getting 20 by 3 kg of sugar. So is it possible that this total amount with this amount to an individual, can it be distributed to 10 persons? Give reason. So let's solve it. Write down answer number 2. First write share of one person. Share of one person. It is written what? 20 by 3 kg of sugar to each. That means each person is getting how much? 20 upon 3 kg of sugar. Now it is distributed with this single quantity. That means each person is getting 20 by 3 kg, and this will be happening with 10 persons. So share of 10 persons will be what? Simply multiply this quantity each person is getting from 10. You will get how much 10 persons would be getting. So what it will be? It will be 20 into 10, 200 upon 3 kg. Now this can further be solved. Now this cannot be divided because 200, it does not comes under divisibility rule. Answer will come in point. Let's see. 3 into 6, 80, 80, 90, 20, 20. Again 3 into 6, 80, 90, 20, 20, 6, 6. Okay. That means approx 66.66 kg. This will be an approximate value, because since 200 does not comes under the divisibility rule of 3, so we will, it's very natural, we will get an approximate value. So what is the approximate value? 66.6 kg. Now total stock was how much? 66 kg. And if 20 by 3 kg of sugar is going to be distributed among 10%, so the total stock is exceeding 66.6 kg. That means it is not possible to give 23 kg of sugar to each of 10 persons from a stock of 66 kg. Why? Because this is the total stock, and this is the stock 10 persons are in need, but this quantity and this quantity, it is exceeding. So what will be a final answer? Answer will be no, it is not possible, as 66.66 exceeds 66, or say greater than. Okay, so this is your final answer. Now next question. A person has 200 by 3 kg of rice. He has kept 1/10 of it for its own use and distributed the rest among 3 people. How much kg of rice does each person get? It is similar to your question number 2. Now whenever you solve such types of questions, so always go step by step. Let's see how. See, it is saying what? A person has 200 by 3 kg of rice. Now remember what I am saying, go step by step. He has kept 1/10 of it. That means out of this 200 by 3 kg of rice, out of this 200 by 3, he is keeping 1/10 of it. So first take 1/10 of this amount. So how this solution will go? It will go like this. A person has 203 by kg of rice, so write down amount of rice equal to how much? 200 by 3 kg of rice. He has kept 1/10. So according to question, 1/10 of 200 by 3 kg equal to 1/10 of 200 by 3. 0 cut 20 upon 3 kg. Now see, we have solved till here. A person was having 200 by 3 kg of rice. He has kept 1/10 of it for its own use. Means out of this 200 by 3, he has kept 1/10 of it. That means how much? 20 by 3 kg of rice. Now it's saying, and distributed the rest among 6 people. That means out of this total quantity, the person, let's say the name of the person is Mohan. So Mohan, out of this total amount of rice, he is keeping 1/10 of his rice. So when we took 1/10 of this quantity, it came what? 20 by 3. That means Mohan is keeping 20 by 3 kg of rice. Now Mohan, after keeping 1/10, that means your 20 by 3 kg of rice, he is distributing the rest among 6 people. Distributing the rest means out of this total quantity, if we subtract this quantity, so we are left with the amount of rice left. Why? See, this was the total amount of rice and Mohan has already consumed 1/10 of it. So how much is remaining? How can we know it? By subtracting this and this quantity. This is the total quantity. From this total quantity, when this quantity will be subtracted, we will be having the remaining amount of rice. So our next step will be what? We will write remaining rice equal to, what is the total amount of rice? 200 upon 3 minus 1/10, जो भी हमने वैल्यू निकाली, it is what? 20 upon 3. 20 upon 3. Now LCM will be same. (180 by 3). Now how to divide it? Can 180 be divided by 3? Yes, because as per the divisibility rule, it will go. So 3 into 6 is what? 18, and 0, that means 60 kg of rice. Now we have solved a question till here. Distributed the rest. Rest means what? 60 kg. Now 60 kg of rice is going to be distributed among 6 persons, and it is asking how much kg of rice does one person get. That means we need to find for this. So write down, therefore if 6 persons are getting 60 kg, so one person will get how much? Simple, 60 upon 6. That means 10 kg of rice. Simple. This is your answer, that each person would be getting 10 kg of rice. So this how you need to solve. Last one, do it as a homework. Now our next exercise is introduction to rational number. Now if you remember, when we were starting this chapter, that time only I have described the definition. What is a rational number? Any number which can be expressed in the form of P upon Q. Any number which can be expressed in the form of P upon Q is known as what? A rational number. P upon Q means if any number can be written in the form of numerator upon denominator, and which in standard form we call what? P upon Q. It is termed as what? A rational number. I have already explained this in the very beginning of this chapter. You can even see those lectures when I was starting exercise 2.1. Before that only I have explained you this, and if still you face any problem, you may ask me. And see, it's written also, definition of a rational number: any number which can be expressed in the form of A upon B. So instead of A upon B, I am saying what? P upon Q. Any number which can be expressed in the form of A upon B, where A and B are integers and B is not equal to 0, is called a rational number. Now see why it's saying B is not equal to 0. For example, I am writing 2 upon 3. So is it a rational number? Answer is yes. Now suppose this means, consider this 2 upon 3 as A upon B. Now it's saying any number which can be expressed in the form of A upon B, where A and B are integers and B is not equal to 0, is called a rational number. That means condition is what? That B should not be equal to 0. B means what? Your denominator. Yes, it's very natural. If the denominator will be 0, so anything divided by 0 will be what? Its value will come what? Undefined. That means the denominator should never have the value 0, or else it won't be a rational number. That's why it is said that number, the first condition for a rational number is it should be expressed in the form of P upon Q, or say A upon B, and the denominator should not be equal to 0. Now positive and negative rational number. If in a rational number its numerator and denominator are both positive or both negative, then it is said to be positive. Now this line, numerator and denominator are both positive, it is said to be a positive rational number. This can be accepted, but it's saying both negative, then it is also called a rational number. It is also called a positive rational number. Is it true? Yes. See, minus 3 upon minus 4, for an instance, think that it is written 3 upon 4. So is 3 by 4 a rational number? Answer is yes. But is minus 3 upon minus 4, is that also a rational number? Answer is again yes. Why? Because this minus sign and this minus sign, it will be striked off. So we are again left with what? A positive value. It will be known as a positive rational number. Whereas a rational number is said to be negative if its numerator and denominator are such that one of them is a positive integer and another is a negative integer. That means out of the two values of numerator and denominator, one will have a positive value and one will have a negative value. So they will be known as what? Negative rational number. Now absolute value of a rational number. The absolute value of a rational number is a rational number with no regard to its sign. Now this absolute value, if you remember, when I was explaining the very beginning of the chapter, that is your chapter number 1, I have already explained what is absolute value. It is a numerical value which is irrespective of its sign. That means any number, if it is written in this form, this is known as an what? Absolute value. Then whenever it comes out of it, its value is always positive. See, like 3 upon 5, it is already written positive, so when it will come out of this absolute value, we say it mod, so it will be positive. But if a number is having a negative value but it is written inside this mod, it is known as what? Mod. I have already explained this in the very beginning of exercise 1.1. You can see my previous lectures. Minus 6 upon 7, when it will come out of this mod value, it will be known as what? 6 upon 7 only, because the absolute value is always irrespective of its sign. Then simple or lowest form, standard form of a rational number. A rational number is said to be in the standard form if its denominator is positive and between the numerator and denominator there is no common factor other than 1. That means such rational numbers are known as lowest form of rational number when their denominator value it's positive. That means here should not be any negative value in the denominator, and between the numerator and denominator there is just a common factor of 1. That means other than 1 there should be no common factor. Now see 5 and 6, what is the mid value of it? Simply 1. Mid value means दोनों के बीच में कितने का डिफरेंस है? 1 का. 3 और 4 के बीच में कितने का डिफरेंस है? 1 का. So such forms of rational number are known as what? Simplest or lowest form of rational number. So revise till here. Tomorrow we'll start exercise 2.5. Thank you.